Welcome back. I'm Grandpa Bud. We're playing Valheim. Well, the Nons have woven yet another new thread into our cloth. The winds from the mountains brought more than just the drakes that destroyed our sound of pigs. It also brings whispers that an ancient weapon may be found in the abandoned buildings of the mountains. As we've searched most of the buildings near us, we'll have to travel to new lands in search of the fabled early axes. Today, Conrad is hunting for these old relics the Allfather left in the ruins. Let's see what these shacks are hiding. And with that, let's get started. All right, we left off. We were making a new area in the Westshore. But I think today we'll head out to the area where Hilda is. If I remember right, that was Meadows. And, oh, come on, Hilda, connect with me. Oh, no, Hilda. All right, let's check the map, see if I've got that wrong. Oh, we didn't even mark what the portal was. So we've got a portal here that's called Portal. We've got Hilda here that's called Nothing. And we got nothing in between. Boy, I'm having the best luck with portals lately and having everything messed up. Have I got the name wrong? I'm almost sure that's what it's called, but I could be mistaken. Hildir, not Hilda. So maybe if we fix that name, we can go. Must have her confused with my other girlfriend. Don't tell her I got her name wrong. You know, I didn't even bother to check if it was day or night. So let's go back and go to sleep first, because I think it's nighttime. Let's also take a look at what we've got in our inventory. Does it meet our needs? Are we carrying too much? All the kinds of things we should always do before we run out. And then remember, we're in a rainstorm without our raincoat. That's not inventory. Okay, yeah, we want to clear some of this out. We don't want to take the cultivator with us. Well, my head's not in the game at all. Give me a minute to reorient. I've been spending a lot of time on... We need to swap this out. I've been spending a whole lot of time on trying to recatalog and organize these old streams, and also cutting up some new clips. good enough. We're running out of overflow room. We should... I think... Holy cow. Alright. We're not going to need this, and we're not going to be keeping it here. We don't need that. We can take it. I don't think we need it. If I had ample storage, I'd get rid of some more of this stuff. Gonna have to fix our storage problem. Need to bring, well, we did bring some iron up here. No, we didn't. Anyway, I think we're set. That should serve us well. Now we just need to eat food. And we need food. Another. Seems like we're really going through the food quickly these days. And we should probably take a, doggone it, 14. Should probably take a portal with us. Which means those eyes, we're going to put them back because we need 10 of them, and nope. Take 10 out of here. So that should serve as our portal, and since I'm so forgetful, let's make sure that we can do a portal. We're short 6 wood, I think. None there. We got 50 there. We need 6. That should do it. Alright. Let's double check. Yes, we can do the portal. Everything looks good. Now we can begin our quest for the early access. So the 5th, I don't know which anniversary was it, the 5th anniversary? Anyway, the new patch came out. Lots of talk about, oh, this is a really small Meadows. Let's head this way. Haven't explored any of this area. Maybe we can find something there. I'm not sure what the distance we need to be from areas that we haven't been to. But let's just kind of head towards this coastline and see if we can find abandoned buildings. I understand it's specific abandoned buildings, but I haven't researched what they're supposed to look like. I figure if we run across an abandoned building, it won't take us long to look in and see what's there. And then maybe we'll find out what it looks like. So today's going to be a lot of running. Let's fire up the old ether power. And see if we can't make this a little bit faster trip for a while. Oh, look at all those pigs. Oh, wish I had that 1 star back at the Westshore, because we could sure use it. Oh man. I don't need deer, but look at the antlers on that guy. He's a good one. I guess actually since we don't have any reserves right now, we might need that. Nothing here. So this isn't the right kind of building. And I'm not going to bother picking up mushrooms and that kind of stuff. Let's just keep going. We'll be able to use come back, piggy. We'll be able to use all of these scrap leather and boar meat. So it's not exactly a waste. We could probably use the deer meat too, but if I start hunting deer and boars, we'll never find out anything. We'll never get anywhere in our search for the early axes. What I have seen about the early axes, they look kind of cool. And the fact that you can have the early axes, well, this is definitely not it. You can use the early axes to cut down. Oh, I don't want to get too close, but I'm pretty sure that is the plains. And we're not ready for that. So let's double back here and try to cover part of the ground we didn't cover before. We also want to kind of scoot the edge. Scoot the edge of the plains, but we don't want to get so close we get attention of. I think at this point, if we saw a fueling, he would take us down. I'm not sure we can even parry one. So just don't want to get too close to that. And that looks like all plains. You see how the ground shifts from being this nice green, lush to that kind of dried out look. That's what the plains look like. So we're going to have to find yet another area of meadows to search, because I think we've covered a great deal of this one. And then we're probably not even outside the area. Because if the world's already generated, you've explored this part of the land. Everything close to where you explored is already set. But the parts of the world that we haven't gotten close to, that's where new items like the early axes can show up. And then I was saying that the advantage of the early axes is we can chop these down before we have bronze. So in that respect, it's kind of a game changer, letting you get, that gives you early access to the fine wood bow. So you got some better weaponry. I don't want to get too close. I can't tell. When I peek up that hill, I think that's a plains. And we get too close, we'll get a fueling or a mosquito. And those giant mosquitoes are just deadly, especially for us at this point. Okay, we've probably been here, and this may not even be a new building, so, but we'll look inside. And there's nothing here anyway. Alright. I think our best bet then is going to be to head back. Well, let's take a look at this land and see if there's much more in the way of meadows might be available to us. Again, wish I had that 1-star boar back at my boar farm. That would be great for breeding new boars. Now we're at the Black Forest. Nah, those 3 trees grew pretty close together. And there's mountains. So if we need new mountains, we could probably go there. There might be a sliver of plains between us and the mountains, but not bad. We could probably sneak through if we have to. That's the kind of risk we don't need to take yet. I think the mountains that we've found are pretty extensive, and we're not going to need to mess with it. Cool little patch of sunlight. Did we peek in that building and that building? I really don't think it's likely that that's a very good prospect, but we're here. Let's look. And yeah, we emptied this out already. So let's head for our portal. And let's put that on the map once we get there, because now we don't even know where it is. Another beehive, but do we need any more bees? I think we still have bees in storage, so. Well, that's one down, and who knows how many more to go. Another little side quest that we're gonna do is, well, let me get a little closer. The sound of that portal kind of drives me crazy, but there we go. And if there is still a portal over there, I think we should run over and see what it's called someday. Okay, another little side quest I thought would do. Once we get the silver armor, I think it'd be fun to go do the smoldering tomb. Alright, so There's big sections up here that we haven't, and there's a lot of land that we can run to. So I think what we should do is jump to the start and head up the coast this way and see what we can find. We can go get that treasure out of that shipwreck we spotted when we were sailing. And there's a lot of meadows here that we haven't gotten close to exploring. I would think this area over here is a good candidate. So we messed up again. I messed up again in not setting, we took a portal with us, but we didn't set a return point. Okay, so this is going to be start. And then if we have to drop a temp portal, where's this connecting to right now? This is our mountains. Let's no, we can't yeah, we can. We're freezing. I can fix that. There we go. Now we're not freezing. Let's jump back through this. Gonna do a quick rename. I'm gonna call this Silver. So now that's our return point. We're gonna jump through here. Did we mark this? Yeah, we marked it, but it's the empty one. So let's change it to Silver. And then let's go ahead and rename this Silver. That way we keep our traveling portal as blank, and it just makes everything more confusing. No, it makes it easy for us to drop that portal with no name, and then we can jump through it. If we get in a bad position, you know, we can run for our lives and try to drop a crafting station and a workbench, turn around close to the workbench, get within anywhere within that radius, which is like 20 meters, and drop our traveling portal with no name on it, and then you don't have to rename it while you're running from the bad guys. Now the worst part would be if the bad guys decide they want to tear down your portal. Often they'll tear down the workbench first, but it might give you an opportunity to keep from dying. And you leave the portal behind. Like, we typically always have a portal that is our base portal where we're operating from, and then we have our travel portal. So if they destroy your travel portal, then you can at least go back to your base portal and run back to where your traveling portal got destroyed. Everything will be there, you'll be all set. Alright, anyway, we're going to be running around in the rain. So let's change this back to start. That's going to be our base of operations portal. If we die or lose our traveling portal, then this will get us back closer. So now the start is our safety net. Okay, let's take a look at the map, and we're going to be heading due north. Going to try to knock this area out real quick, and then move on to due west. And all of this in the rain. Let's drop this stuff off before we... There we go. Leaving without my raincoat again. You know what? It might be time for a reminder. Let's do this and see how often I forget to take a look at it. Don't think I have any coal, and I don't have a kiln nearby, so I can't do that. I was going to put up a sign to remind us. Alright. We've got a full set of 4 trophies now. That's our veggies. There's our pork. And let's put some of these scrap leather in here. And now that's a full set. Filling up our storage so fast. And that's why we built this extra one. We can use this, you know, in case we need a torch. It's a little more wood than we need, but it's not bad. And let's just, while we're here, let's repair. And let's try this again. Just a little housekeeping real quick. 1 second. And we're back. I think, I'm not sure exactly when, but I'd like to start having a regular schedule for the streams, live streaming. And then these side quests, if I get a hankering to go play, we'll do one of these side quests. Well, here's our first building. I doubt that's the right one, but I don't know what we're supposed to be looking for. We picked up a little treasure anyway. We should grab a 5 stone while we're going. We might want to buff up our rested bonus at some point. We don't need wood. I shouldn't grab that. That's flint. I want some stone. Got a building over there. There's one. Alright, I'll deal with you guys. 2 for 1. Didn't even need that last swing. What a lovely storm we have here. Any bees? I don't want to run in there and get stung. Somehow I don't think this is what we're looking for. We really don't need that flint. Well, we don't need the neck. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we don't need the flint. Yeah, we'll ditch it when we get short on space. Guess we don't have to worry about being wet. There's no staying dry in this weather. And I'm guessing there is nothing here. Is that a chest? I can't see. No. No chest. Okay. I'm really curious to try out these new axes. And then also, I'm wondering, yeah, they would fall under the axe skill. So the other advantage is you could start working on your axe skill early on. All right. Guys, we're just out for a little Sunday stroll. We really didn't want to be messing with anybody. Well, at least we're not sailing in this mess. Must be time to eat, because our stamina is next to nothing. Lots of things that we could grab, but nothing that we really need. Oh. I would love to be able to see this huge open area, because there's almost always buildings in this, so the rain's just killing our visibility. I'm not seeing anything though. We put it down. I was thinking about putting on the wishbone, but we left it. And that kind of treasure, fun to find. I don't know that we're in need of it. Okay, wasn't completely fruitless. We at least found a building. We've got ether again. Maybe we should use it, because we keep running out of stamina. Oh, the door got ivied over. Alright, let's, well, we wanted rock. Let's trade in the flint. Flint's easy to come by and not something that's in high demand for us right now. Alright, looks like we covered most of this. So we're just going to come on over here to the shore and continue on down the shoreline. Lots more boars. Alright, let's check out this runestone. This land is hard and wild, but we who brought here are harder still. I'll let you read it. I'm a real slow reader. I think we've read this one before. Singing the praises of the boars. They do really do a lot for us. The leather they provide, we use so many ways. Oh, the rain's gone. How nice is that? Black Forest. Troll. We don't need a troll. So we're just gonna try to sneak by him. And that's a lot of black forest. So let's bring up our map. Black forest, meadows. So we're gonna keep along this. Probably gonna end up, I know what, let's do. Let's ether out of here. He's gonna see us. And we're gonna try to get past him and hope we don't find his friend the bear. We're back in the meadows. And he's way back there. But you know we're gonna run into a bear. Lots of tin if we needed it. And there's a nice piece of copper. We looked so hard and searched so long to find that. It was so hard to come by, and now we just ignore it. Nope, don't need that anymore. Troll cave, which usually means there's another troll nearby. Not always. I think we're probably going to end up fighting these guys. Oh, let's see if we can run by. We sailed this whole shoreline at once. There's a skelly. Hi there. Must be a burial chamber nearby. Blueberries. We could pick blueberries, but... And there's Mr. Troll. Again. We're just gonna run around him. I think we can cut across this corner. Uh-oh. Bad time to run out of stamina. And we're back in the meadows. Perfect. And there's probably another boar runestone. Looks like it. Yep. Don't see any buildings over theirs, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. I think what we're really wanting to find are some abandoned villages. And we may end up having to go more inland instead of right along the coast. A good deal of the coast may be considered not new since we sailed the coastline. Don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Let's check out this building. To me, it looks like an unlikely, because there's a lot of times these don't even have a chest in them. Yeah. And probably not these structures. I don't think I almost never find a chest around those. Alright. Well, Grayling, make up your mind. We don't want to mess with you. That land looks suspicious. Let me check the map here. It says it's Meadows. Don't want to run into another plains area. I think we're too close to home for the plains. But that island does not look normal. It's got a couple of little pine trees on it, so it's like half black forest. So if when we hit the next section of black forest, let's double back, and yeah, we don't feel rested anymore. There's 2 rocks. Forgot I was looking for rocks. Oh, that looks interesting. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I think there's a... no? Thought there was going to be a beehive back there, but not even a chest. That might be a good place to hold up for the night. Oh, but we found some more mountains. That's nice. It's always good to know where those are. Oh, these mountains are... this is our homeland. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. At some point... another side quest. Some point we can take to those mountains. Also, I want to find out what's with this coastline here. And it doesn't go through, so it must go just like that. Somewhere that ocean right here turns into land. Because we never found a way past all of this. So we need to... man, we probably should have done that when we were by the Black Forest here. We did this village already. So it wouldn't be it. And I'm thinking less likely, but this looks good. Anyway, what I'm thinking with the mountains, since we're near our homeland and we have mountains, maybe we can go up there and tame some wolves. Another side quest. And then we can use those tame wolves for pets. Good, great traveling companions. Running through the meadows or the Black Forest with the tamed wolf. Alright, it's nighttime. Let's find a good place to set up. I kind of like the open area better than deep in the woods. Yeah, you guys go back home. And I'm I'm a big fan of these oak trees. So. Let's. Oh shoot! And didn't really want you. Let's throw down. Yeah, we got a gray dwarf coming. Real quick, get that crafting table down. Crafting table. Come on. No, I guess not. It's kind of more a nuisance than anything. I mean, our armor is, you know, we're in the mountains. We're two biomes beyond him. Whatever he dropped, I probably don't want it. Puke berries. Nope. Alright, let's come down here. Got some level ground around here. This looks good. We can just put this right in the middle of anywhere. There we go. Sounds like there must be skeletons near here. By the way, people are butchering the boars nearby. Alright, let's go by. We're going to give this side quest one more day for this episode. Maybe two at the most. And then we'll want to wrap it up. Alright. We can't put any more boar trophies in here. Till we figure out where we have space. I'm not going to put it there. We've got space, but that's for another thing. So on our to-do list is bring back iron and redo the storage area so that it's all iron. Chests, which we could probably even get in the same amount of space. And yeah, we're full up. It's getting ugly. So with the same amount, boy, we got torches coming out our ears. It leaves us a few spots, and all of that to find out it's morning. Okay. That's the start. We want to go here and pick up the portal. Take it with us. And the workbench. Alright. I'm really curious as to who's killing boars. It's right over here. Yep, skeleton. why do we have skeletons in this area? I keep picking up sticks and I don't need any wood. Same boar runestone. Nope, this is a new one. Give thanks to Frey. Don't interrupt me now. Give thanks to Odin. Thank you, Odin. Gonna have to look up who Frey is. I believe I don't know. I would just be guessing. So, boar meat continues to be used in recipes. I think we're still using it in some of our recipes. So it's really helpful to pick that up. And then the scrap leather that we're picking up, that is really handy. For something else. Later on, we're going to make some weapons with scrap, and we'll go through. Sorry, lost my train of thought with all these little guys pestering me. Who broke the tree? We didn't do that. That's interesting. Maybe a troll came over from the Black Forest. So we've hit the edge of the Black Forest. Let's just keep following its edge. Let's get up here where we can see what's around. Or not. There we go. Get our stamina back. Getting... let's see if we can get it to at least 2 minutes before we eat more food. Ah, and here's a house. Not what we're looking for, I'm sure, but... that is a Black Forest tower, I believe. Get a little closer so it comes into focus. Yeah, that's a Black Forest tower. That looks like a great spot for... let's go check this out. Just wasting time here, but that looks like a great spot for putting a home. You get a nice view of the bay. Yeah, I thought you guys would be up there somewhere. Now, we aren't gonna find the early axes. What a name, early axes. But that's what they gave it. We're not going to find those. In the Black Forest. So if we had a treasure chest here, I wouldn't expect to see early axes in it. And we're not going to find the early axe itself. There are 2 pieces. One axe head for each axe. So it's a 2-handed weapon, or actually it's 2 one-handed weapons. So you can't use a shield with it. Almost, but not quite. No go. Nothing there. Seldom have I found a chest around that kind of structure. So I think what I'll do is follow this until I hit nothing but Black Forest, and then we'll come back and scout the base of the mountains. But that may be a small Black Forest week, because I see big open area up ahead of us here for the Meadows. Okay, we want to come back up there and check that out. Okay, now it's time to eat. Just trying to get the most out of our food that we can, because we've only got one more soup. But given where we are and what we're doing, we could probably get by with eating raspberries again. So all this shoreline would be considered unexplored. But I kind of like, you know, the completeness of having it all drawn out. We got a lot. Okay. I'll play. Come on back. You too. You can join the fun. Oh, there's something I hadn't seen. I don't think we've been here. Not sure that's the structure we're looking for. I really think we want a village. Yeah, there's not even a chest in here. I'm gonna head back this way. See if we can kind of just fill in this. See the section on the mini map we're filling in. The base of these mountains and the last of that. Yeah, we visited here before. Nope, because that one has bees. And there's a chest in there. Ran by there and surprised, but we didn't get stung by the bees. I'll take the money over a torch. Yeah, we don't need a torch, especially the one that's partially used. Flint head arrows. We're actually low on arrows. That's interesting. We don't need more boar trophies, and we probably don't need a skeleton trophy. Bones. Bones come in again much later in the game. But when they do, there's also an ample source of bones around. So I don't know if we're gonna need bones. Okay, that's the water. That's the mountains. We've been there. Here we go. This cold's really been sticking on forever. Way too long. It's not normal. This is another new building. Right on the edge of the Black Forest. But not what we're looking for. Oh, chest. Alright. So over here we have Black Forest. Carrot seeds. Let's just go ahead and try to fill out this missing area as we head towards the coastline. Well, one thing about this quest, we're going to end up with a lot of boar meat. Now we might miss a building or two in this search, but what I think we're looking for is a whole village, so... Alright, maybe I should have got my weapon out. Works a little better that way. Alright, which way were we going? This way. Might as well skip that ravine. And let's just run through the Black Forest. Hopefully we get through it before nighttime. Wow, is that... No, it's not. Got a lot of friends there, don't we? I think we're going to end up sailing to a nearby island to find more meadows. But we still got a pretty big chunk of land on this continent that we have not explored. Oh, we need those. Might as well make use of the fact that we're here. And that's a good little section. Whatever. Berry bunch. It's a very good bunch. More copper. More trolls. How much longer we got on our ether? 52 seconds. And we don't feel rested. We're leaving the bear behind, and the troll didn't follow us, so... I think our ether's gonna last long enough. And there's another bear. Stamina comes back very slowly when you don't have that rested buff. Another copper deposit. More blueberries. Well, we're getting something out of this quest, even if we're not finding early axes. Skeleton noticed us. We're out of Ether, and we're back in the Meadows. That's perfect. Okay. Do we... Why? A boar trophy. We don't want any boar trophies. Is there going to be an opening up here somewhere? Yes. That's where we're going to stop. Let's use all the daylight we can. Oh, even if we don't eat the neck meat, that would become a good food source for our wolf cubs. If we decide to start raising wolves. The nice thing about having, unlike the... Alright. We're gonna stop right here. Oh, there's a building. Guess we gotta check out the building, don't we? And then we'll just put our... As long as there's not a... Oh, it's one of those not worth checking out buildings. And I was gonna say, as long as it's not what? Forgot what I was saying. Started thinking about setting up this portal. I like that little stone structure there for putting the portal up next to. Don't ask me why. Just something I like. Okay, let's give it one more day before we wrap this one up. Not going to worry too much about it. It's going to take a while, and this is just a side quest that we're after. That won't work until we put down a crafting table. Alright, here we go. Forgot where I was or what I was saying. Alright, let's get some sleep. Sorry about the interruption. Oh, that's... I thought something hit that, and it just does sparkles when we drag across it. Okay. Grandma was telling me that it's time for bed. But I'd really like to spend one more day before we call this one a done deal. And we maxed out our bones. Guess we can use this for overflow. But we renewed some of our... I think we more than doubled the amount of berries we had. And we don't need arrows. Well, we do need arrows. Let's just carry them. Got a lot of housekeeping we need to do. We got to get that iron and bring it back. That way, if we run into a troll, we've got 64 arrows. But the iron, we got to bring the iron back for improving the storage. And then we're going to have to finish up the Westshore farm and get that silver down out of the mountain and start mining it. So my plans are that going forward, I'm going to use these live streams that I just get a hankering for playing, and we go do some side quest, and then the normal quests are going to be trying to wrap up the biome. So like getting the silver down and finding the motor and finding all that kind of stuff. Did we find motor? Yeah. So that much is done. Moline is right by the Howling Cavern. So the Howling Cavern is a fun little special dungeon. That's one of Hildir's quests, along with the Smoldering Tomb. Didn't we see the Smoldering Tomb? Yeah, we even got a portal next to it, Smolder. So I think once we have the silver armor, I'll do the Smoldering Tomb. I'd like to have fire resistant potion by then. I don't think we have those yet, do we? Anyway, let's take a look at where we are right now. Wow. So we mapped that little area. It seems like we're okay. That's because this is all of this is mountains, and that was Black Forest. So let's go back here and follow this edge of the Black Forest. We should probably run into more mountains, and then we'll follow it around and hopefully circle back to the shore and fill in some of this Meadows area. So, heading back to the Black Forest. We've got 6 minutes before we can use Ether again. I assume we checked that building out, but I don't remember seeing it. It's got bees, but no chest. So, no, this is a new building. We haven't been here before. We're gonna, yeah, I'm going the right direction. Heading back to that Black Forest. That's the shoreline. So here we go. Got some skeleton friends. I guess we might as well steal their treasure. Or not. Where's the, oh, here's the stairs. Okay. Yeah, we will. It's usually on the top floor, if there is any. And doesn't look like there is nothing here. Nothing there. Alright. Clean up our mess. I hate leaving stuff lying around. This isn't our mess. This is the, yeah, we don't have room. Looks like the rain might be stopping. That'd be nice. Got our portal. Don't need that. Don't need that. We'll grab this deer stuff. And we want to be out of the Black Forest, in the Meadows. Getting hard to get around. Might as well keep up the boar collection. Now we gotta make room for boar meat. We haven't been using or collecting enough stones to even think about using them for a fire. So we'll get rid of them. I mean, ideally what we would do is we'd drop a fire right now. Get rid of our wet debuff. This is going to be a bigger area than I thought. It's nice that, maybe incorrectly, but we walk through here with impunity. We're not worried about any of the creatures that are going to come up on us. A bear, a troll, anything like that. Have we... We haven't been here. Okay, this is unexpected. Let me check out this map. What do we see in here? Come on, guys. I got places to be. So this must be this ocean. I was wondering where that was. So kind of tempting to run this way and follow how far that ocean. So we know over here we've got ocean shore. And just that little bitty bit of land that connected. So I'm guessing this is going to come around here to connect to there. And that's probably what we want to do. Even though that's Black Forest, I want to see what this land looks like. But we're looking for meadows, so nah, let's stay in the meadows. Let's we'll follow the shoreline this way. Okay. I will fill this secret in eventually, but not today. Got a little building over there. We kind of covered this area, didn't we? Pretty close. Alright, let's see what this building's got. got a beehive. Can we take the beehive down from here? Yes. Let's get rid of some of these. Well, that was too easy. Is there a chest up there? Yes. And that is exactly what we have been looking for. That's the first piece, the curious axe head. So after that, we've got to find another one, and we'll just give them a torch. Right, new material, curious axe head. Fantastic. Not a total loss. Alright, let's eat some food, and then as long as we're knocked it down, I hate to just leave it here. Okay, so we know that this type of structure holds a curious axe head. Don't know if it's the only one that does, or if it also holds the other one. We are also out of food, so we need a stamina food to fill that slot. But right now we're going to do crafting table, just so we can go in here and tear down that shelf and grab the honey and the bee. There's disadvantage to that. Let's put the chest back. Can't put it up there, but we can put it here. Can't pick up that. We did get the honey. We don't need to check. Yeah, there's our bee. We don't need a trophy. We don't need a torch. Don't need a torch. Okay. Well, I'm excited. We didn't even have to leave our homeland continent. Alright, we've got Ether back. Let's make use of it. Got any more buildings? Something up there, but I almost think we saw that already. Didn't we? It looks just like the one we visited before, but I guess it's not. There's no chest up there, so no need to go higher. Alright. So this area didn't get filled in, but I don't think there's anything there. Got a runestone. I think we've seen most. Oh, this one looks a little different. The shield wall. Chosen by the All-Father himself. Skeletons. Huh. Very encouraging message for Conrad. Where'd those two go? There's one of them. I don't know. We don't care. We just want to fill in this gap. Okay. So from here on, we got Black Forest. We want to go back here and fill this part of the map in, which I think we covered pretty well, but there's a hole in the map, so it's bugging me. All right. Where to next? The next spot would be to follow that around, I think. We're almost out of time. Over here we got, what's this? This is plains, isn't it? And then there's some swamp over here. Must be a pretty big ocean right here. Which is interesting that you get this inland sea, I guess, because it's all surrounded by land. Like this is a tiny one, but this is going to be a much bigger one. Let's look at closing this out. Find out the extent of our mountains here. And how we can bring... Oh, it's nighttime. I guess we're going to wrap it up. Let's just get somewhere safe. Let's head to the shore. See if we can drag a boar or two with us. Where'd that other one go? Leather scraps. Thought we were carrying leather scraps with us. Instead we got a... Alright. So, just take a moment to take in that glorious sunset. Wish I had my fishing pole. Well, we're halfway there. We've got the first of two. Invalid placement. Guess we were too close to something. I think we'll look at wrapping up here. So, I'm Grandpa. We're playing Valheim. I really appreciate you joining us for Conrad's adventure through the 10th world. Next time, we'll continue our side quest and see if we can't find the other half of the early access. Until then, you all have a good one.